I just want to ask more broadly and a little bit of a different sort of question here. One thing I have heard over and over anecdotally is that people who are in the United States legally are scared about getting swept up in all of this because of the color of their skin, because they speak with an accent, because of the location where they might be going. And they're not going out. They don't want to be detained by mistake, have their kids or themselves traumatized. Are you comfortable with that?
If they're in the country legally, they got no reason to be afraid. ICE is looking for those in the country legally, and we're still prioritizing public safety threats and national security threats. That's the priority. But like I said, we do have collateral arrests in many areas because we're out looking for those public safety threats. But we're going to enforce immigration law too. I mean, it's not okay to be in this country legally. It's not okay to enter this country legally. It's a crime. But legal aliens shouldn't, and U.S. citizens should not be afraid that they're going to be swept up in a raid. We know who we're looking for, and that's who the agents are out there seeking. And they use a lot of information. Most of the operations we conduct are targeted enforcement operations. When we go out, we know exactly who we're looking for. Most likely we'll find them. Many times we have a criminal history and immigration history when we go out looking for that person. So if you're in the country legally, you shouldn't fear ICE. What you should fear is the criminal aliens walking the communities in sanctuary cities.
Well, but you just said that there are, quote, collateral arrests, and that is sparking fear in communities where people are scared to go out. So I guess my question is, do you have compassion for those people who are seeing what's going on, hearing you speak, seeing what's happening in their neighborhoods, shouldn't have any concern, but do just because of the reality of what they're seeing?
Dana, the bottom line is if you want less collateral arrests, then let us in the jail. I mean, we want to arrest a bad guy in the safety and security of a county jail, but sanctuary cities release them into the community, which means we got to go to the community and find them. And when we find that bad person, many times, whether it's at a work site or in the community, they're with other people in the United States illegally. And we're going to let ICE enforce the law, uphold the oath they took. We're not going to be like the last administration who told ICE, instructed ICE, you can't arrest somebody for simply being here legally. They got to be convicted of a serious offense. That's not what the law says. We're enforcing the law. But look, immigration enforcement, I'm going to be clear, immigration enforcement's always been emotional. It's always been controversial. I've been doing this since 1984. I get it. And I understand why people want to come to the greatest nation on earth. I get it. But we can't send a message to the whole world that it's okay to enter this country legally. Don't worry about it. Even though it's a crime, come and enter legally. And when you get an order of removal from a judge, you don't have to leave. You can become a fugitive, and we'll never look for you. We got to send a message to the whole world. There are consequences for breaking laws, and I think that's why one of the reasons we have the most secure border in history of this nation today. It's just not because we got boots on the ground on the border, not because we end in catch or release. A lot of it's consequences. You're watching what's happening. We're enforcing the immigration law, and I think that consequence has a lot to do with having the most secure border in history of this nation.